From the Crest Center on the campus of the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, it's time for Phoenix basketball. Tonight, the Phoenix men welcome in UW Stout. Hello, everyone. Alongside Cordero Barkley, I'm Ted Stefaniak. Welcome to the broadcast. Green Bay comes into this game with a 5-4 record, although they did lose on the road recently to Bowling Green. But this team is playing pretty well lately, including sophomore P.J. Pipes.
Yeah, Pipes has really elevated this game over the last couple of games. 15 points versus Belmont, 13 points at Bowling Green. So look for him to push pace and establish tempo today early in this game.
UW Stout is in 10-4 record. They're led by senior John Keefe.
Yeah, the senior, he's coming off of a 30-point game. 23 points per game on the season, had a 33-point game in the middle of November, so he can really score it in a variety of ways. He's definitely going to have to set the tone for this Stout team.
Phoenix are led by Link Darner, now in his fourth season at Green Bay, 59-51 in his stint in Green Bay, so looking for his 60th career victory with the Phoenix. Overall, 17th career coaching, 351 head coaching victories. The Blue Devils led by Jim Lake. Coach Lake in his first season as a head coach over in Menominee won an NCAA National Division II championship last year as an assistant coach with Ferris. There's a look at Coach. Take a look at his starters tonight. As you mentioned, he's got a good one in John Keefe, but some other good players in there as well. John Syriak's back. Missed a few games this season, but has played well. Just made his return in the last game against Crown, a game that they lost 101-90. Green Bay, Green Bay missing one of their players tonight. Jaquan McLeod will not be available tonight, but Sandy Cohen, P.J. Pipes, Tank Hemphill, Matty Patterson, and Javon Smith all in there for Link Darner tonight. Patterson started a couple of games earlier this season back into that starting lineup. He's really come a long way in terms of what he can do in the post.
No, he's been playing at a very, very high level, more patient in the post. And as you see, he's toned up quite a bit as well, better condition. It's all around. I think he had a very confident offseason.
There you get a look at Shanquan. Tank Hemphill, Horizon League Player of the Week for the week ending December 3rd. McLeod also a Player of the Week in the Horizon League in November. So we are underway. Green Bay in their home white uniforms, green trim. Blue Devils of UW Stout in their traveling blue uniforms. Javon Smith pulls it back up top. Hemphill tries to drop it into P.J. Pipes. Good defense to prevent that backdoor cut. Smith behind the back. Kick over to Pipes. Pipes open for the three-pointer and knocks it down. P.J. Pipes picking up where he's left off the last two games.
Well, yeah, he's found his confidence and his stroke. You see him able to catch and shoot that three with a light fade on the right wing, but he's found his groove the last couple of games here.
Stout. We get a steal here, and Javon Smith hits our table. Hopefully he's all right. You don't want to run into CB here.
No, well, you hit me. You got business decisions being made over here with me at the table. So you hit me, it's going to be a problem. And I'm just glad he was able to catch it before his knee. You see the athleticism, a.k.a. Mr. Smith, the breakdancer, able to turn that into almost a windmill on the table there. So
just missed a couple of rotations with the legs. And an answer from the Blue Devils, John Syriak's.
Yeah, Syriak's from deep, too. That was league range. And you see there, great pass. Smith just not able to gather it. And P.J. says, man, wipe your hands off, young fella. Wipe your hands off.
There was a game back when you were playing, and we were sitting. You weren't with us, but I think Dean Leisgang was my play-by-play cohort. We had somebody take us out, I think, from Milwaukee, and took both of us out. Looked like a couple of turtles on our backs.
We'll have to bust out the VHS tapes to try to find that game. We need to get that footage if it exists.
Stout comes in, a Division III school. What do they need to do tonight to stay competitive with this Green Bay team?
Well, we're going to have to make shots from distance is a big piece of winning any game on the road. We're going to have to see the ball go in and then limit the turnovers and fast break opportunities for this Phoenix team.
DeMarco Patrick Trying to beat the shot clock. Didn't draw any iron, so shot clock violation.
Yeah, and that's like a dead ball turnover. That isn't necessarily a bad turnover, you know. But when you have turnovers that lead to leak outs and run out dunks and layups on the opposite end, that's when a Stout could get in trouble.
And then a pushing foul. So Green Bay will take it out of bounds. Foul will go against Patrick. Oh, excuse me, they'll get Dahl on that one. Zach Dahl out of Buffalo, Minnesota. Here's Sandy Cohen, his first shot of the game. Long on that off-balanced shot. Back comes Syriacs. Thought about the three. Hemphill, good defense. Now Keefe, guarded by Cohen. Keefe, a nice player. Coming off a big game.
Very smooth player.
Great pass inside. Caden Koski unable to get the shot off, though.
No, not able to gather that. That was a dime by Keefe off of the ball screen. I actually thought he was trapped up here for a second. Was able to sneak through there. But you were talking about his previous game before I cut you off, like my rude broadcasting self.
And Patrick stepped on the line. Yeah, coming off a 30-point game against Crown. Had a 33-point game earlier this season. A game in which he had 7 3-pointers. So got to make sure you close out on Keefe tonight. Here's Hemphill working against Patrick. Leaves his feet out to PJ Pipes. And Pipes 2 for 2 from that 3-point line.
Well, that's a nice start. And again, you're talking about trusting the process, sticking with your routine. Started off the season really slow from three. Did not shoot it well. And worked his way through that. And now he's been shooting the ball pretty consistently well from the three.
Extra step for Koski. Another turnover for the Blue Devils. Yeah, Pipes with that 15-point game against Belmont on December 1st. And then answered with a 13-point game against Bowling Green. Starting now in the last 6 games, including tonight. He certainly earned that role.
Yeah, no, he's started off, he started the first game, then lost his spot in the rotation for a little bit and then got back into it. But again, didn't pout, didn't hear him calling home to his parents or anything like that. Just got in the gym and worked harder and earned the right to be back on the court.
Green Bay with a 6-3 lead, just underway here on Tuesday night. In Green Bay, Hemphill in and out with that shot. Tracked down by Keefe. He'll push it across the timeline, guarded by Pipes.
And Keefe's ability to shoot has the Phoenix so extended on him. And he's really crafty with the handle as well.
Patrick, nice little fake. And a good follow through. Follow up by Syriacs.
That was a nice move by Patrick to start. And obviously gave him an opportunity to rebound.
Turnover for the Phoenix. Keefe picked up by Sandy Cohen. It's a long three. And then another foul by Patrick. That'll be his first foul.
Blue Devils foul number 1, DeMarco Patrick, first personal, third team foul.
Blue Devils with a very deep roster. You see a lot of these guys tonight.
We get a picture of the bench. Got about 25 kids on the roster. I mean, 2 teams.
Pipes all the way to the bucket. He's got 8 points to start this one.
And PJ setting the tone. He's got all 8 points to start this one. We talked about him at the top of the. I always love when the players make us look good. Picked him to start the broadcast out, but we said he would set the tempo, and he certainly set the pace for this Phoenix team so far. Now he's got to have some of his other guys step up and fill, but I do like that they're riding the hot hand.
Blue Devils to inbound under their own hoop. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Keefe takes the inbound. They work it inside. Syriacs has been good so far. Nice little move and clean finish for Syriacs.
Well, Syriacs with the grown man move.
Hemphill is fouled by Koski. That'll be his first. We got a timeout on the floor. Close game here. Green Bay leading by 1. You're watching Phoenix basketball on ESPN 3.
All right, fans, now it's time for the Celcom Nothing But Net Free Throw Contest. Down here on this end, I have Isaiah. Over here.
It's always out there. The horizon. A reminder that our greatest goals are rarely attained. And as soon as you reach one, another emerges. But every day we rise and work harder, dig deeper, ask one more question, take one more shot in relentless pursuit of our horizon.
UW Green Bay has been the place where I could learn more, do more, and be more.
I feel like at the university I can go anywhere because there's so many programs and different opportunities offered here.
My classes are very personal. There's always time before and after to talk to the professor.
There's always something going on here on campus.
I've definitely grown professionally as well as personally, and I have UW Green Bay to thank for that.
Horizon League men's and women's basketball takes over Little Caesars Arena March 11th and 12th in Detroit. Reserve your seat for the semifinal and championship by visiting the Green Bay box office or horizonleague.com. See you in Detroit.
Celebrating 40 years of competition, the Horizon League is comprised of 10 public and private institutions, 9 of which are located in the top 70 media markets. Additionally, over 700 events appear annually on ESPN3 and ESPN+. To learn more, visit horizonleague.com. 8-7, Green Bay leading UW Stout, or should I say PJ Pipes leading John Syriacs.
Got the battle of the bruisers, huh?
Pipes with all 8 points for the Phoenix, and Syriacs all 7 for the Blue Devils.
Both for 3 from the floor. Only difference is Pipe has one more 3 than Syriacs.
So we had a foul right before that media timeout.
Yeah, the refs are trying to say that Hempel wasn't the guy that got fouled. And he's like, no, I need my points. Like, I definitely wouldn't try to swing you out of my own buckets.
So we'll be Tank at the free throw line. And it's been a rough start to the season at the free throw line for Tank.
And his shot isn't broken. I mean, it's not like he needs a shot overhaul, but definitely some repetition.
There you go.
Smooth that out, and even because as much as he gets there, you would like to see him be a little more of a higher percentage free throw shooter.
Yeah, last time we saw the Phoenix in town, they were taking on Northern Illinois, and Tank came up with a 25-point game.
He was talking about buckets.
He can score. 8 on the shot clock. Three-pointer in and out for Braden Walbeck. There's the push by Javon Smith. Better to see Smith in the middle of the floor instead of on our table here.
Yeah. And you see, though, the run out, but you love the hustle from Stout, and Keefe able to get in there and get a clean strip of the basketball. Able to take 2 easy points off the board. Now the Phoenix have to earn it.
Sandy Cohen now top of the key, over to Pipes. They're play Pipes a little bit closer now. Close out a little quicker with his 8 points in the game. Here's Hempel. Good defense. Drop off the Pipes. Pipes, the kick. 5 on the shot clock. Sandy Cohen in and out on the three-pointer. Hempel climbing the ladder with the rebound and the putback.
There's just not anything anybody on the court can do with that one. Look at the elevation. Syriacs, I'm sorry. I mean, it's not a lot of people in the Horizon League that can out-jump Hempel.
And Stout did a good job. They were in position. Hempel just went up.
Sometimes,
didn't go over, just went up.
You know what? Sometimes the good man upstairs just says that isn't good enough. Hempel with some ability that us mortal people don't have.
He can get up. He's had some outstanding slam dunks. Highlight reel stuff. In fact, made ESPN's plays of the night not too long ago. So 12-7, Green Bay building that lead. We get a look at some other players for the Blue Devils. That shot is off the mark, and Cam Hankerson showing his leaping ability with that rebound, then gives it up. Steal by Keefe.
Good pass by Keefe, and again, sometimes his ability to, I love as a teammate though, he comes, he gives Parks a slap on the hand. Hey man, keep running, I'll keep finding you. But that was a dime right there. That's a big time pass. And I always equate passing to high IQ. If you can pass the basketball, you're thinking the game through as Hankerson pulls up there and knocks down that jump shot.
Yeah, you know, that's a big bucket for Cam. He didn't score a point in that last game at Bowling Green, so sometimes when you have a game like that, it's good to get off to a quick start, just kind of put that behind you.
See it go in early. That always helps anybody that's of a scoring mentality like he is. I mean, he's very capable of scoring. I mean, he had 36 in the conference tournament last year.
There's a steal. Hankerson drops it off to Sandy Cohen. Counted and will shoot a free throw. Looking at some of the other players on the floor for the Blue Devils, Garrett Parks did check into the ball game, as well as Brandon Gilbertson. Pipes will get a break as Hunter Chris checks in for the first time.
You might want to find some ice for that right hand. He started off the game hot. He's scared to slap fives with him.
He'd be scared to slap. I would want to slap.
Well, I mean,
then a little bit rubs off.
He might scorch your
helps
hands.
my scoring
I
percentage.
don't need no blisters on my hands now. might sear your hand.
10-point lead for Green Bay. Sandy closing that distance with Keefe, top of the key. Drops it off. Gilbertson will try a three-pointer, and in and out it goes.
Whoa.
Good offensive rebound by Parks. Follow-up is no good. Josh McNair comes out of it, gives it up to Cohen.
Oh, and they've had
a big collision.
And Stout, they've had a couple of shots, you know, halfway down and rim back out. You see Sandy here. Sandy, bad intentions on his mind, gets fouled.
We have a foul number 20, Kyle Williams, his first.
And they get the foul on Williams.
Sandy Cohen on the line for the Phoenix. Will be shooting.
Glad everyone's all right.
Yeah. Kyle Williams, as we said, in the ball game. He's played all 8 games this year. Holding that wrist. Hopefully he's all right. Williams ranking nationally in that assist to turnover ratio among the best in the nation in D3. 7.25.
That's really impressive.
Yeah. He's got the ball.
That's a lot of good decision making.
Double team, intense pressure, triple team, gives it up. And Hankerson comes away with a loose ball out to Sandy Cohen, and he throws it down.
Sandy Cohen.
And Coach Lake will take a timeout as Green Bay showed some full court pressure that time, double teaming and then triple teaming when they came across the timeline. That created a lot of problems.
Yeah, it's you know, dribbling up the sideline as a point guard. Anytime you end up on that sideline and then you get directly over half court, we always have a rule. You want to get 2 dribbles over half court to try to extend your space for passing. Williams only got 1 dribble over, and the Phoenix had a good trap set for him, able to get the deflection and the steal. And we talked about it at the beginning of the game. Wanted to limit the run-out dunks and turnovers. And you've seen the last couple of possessions, the Blue Devils with some turnovers that have led to run-out opportunities for easy points.
Nice to be here at the Crest Center tonight. Phoenix playing a few home games on the men's side here. Play one more, and won't that be exciting? Later this year when UW-Milwaukee comes in here, expecting a full house. Make sure you get your tickets for that one. That is going to be fun to see the rival come up here and see a full house here at the Crest, fighting for Horizon League bragging rights.
Oh, yeah, that one. Now, I played in it when it was like everyone hated Bruce Pearl. And that game right there, I mean, it's got a little something extra on that one. They just throw out the records when that game happens. Guys going to come out and compete. Got recruiting battle wars and all of that in that game. So that should be a fun one and in this atmosphere.
Yeah, that Milwaukee game will be the only other men's game here at the Crest. Everything else will be at the Rush Center. So, yeah, the atmosphere ought to be just
oh, yeah. Should be
crazy.
Live, say live at 5. Cut on the bright lights.
And that game will be February 1st here. Meanwhile, Trevian Bell is in the ball game. There's another good pass and another miss. Some missed opportunities certainly for the Blue Devils in this one.
Well, you got to think there's a difference in athleticism, you know, from what they're seeing daily in practice. I mean, those shot angles and those gaps, they close a lot faster when you're going against D1 athleticism.
Some more free throws coming up. This time Trevian Bell going to the line.
Now, I will say from a fundamental philosophy standpoint, Coach Lake does a tremendous job. I love a lot of the concepts he has offensively with the flare screens to punish it, the defense, and defensively some of the full court pressure to speed teams up. I mean, that's why they're putting up so many numbers. Getting it done on both ends of the court. This is a tall task when you again, play this type of athleticism.
A great opportunity to play a D1 program.
Absolutely, and if Stout, it's an exhibition game, so it's not, you don't get a chance to get some additional run and test it before you hit conference here, and for the stretch, nothing wrong with that.
These two teams met back in 2015, exhibition game. Green Bay won 95-41. Here comes the pressure once again. And Hunter Christ with the grab.
Green Bay foul number 30. Hunter Christ, his second, team fourth.
Hunter upset with himself. Maybe the call.
He wasn't talking to himself. Now, I know Papa Chris is probably tuned in here. You can have a talk with the young man after the game.
Here's Patrick into the paint. Tried to drop it out to Luke Geiger. Instead, it's a turnover. So there's a timeout on the floor. Green Bay is pulled out 23-7. This is Phoenix basketball on ESPN3. The Little Caesars Horizon League Men's and Women's Basketball Championship is coming to a campus near you. Quarterfinal games take place March 5th and 6th at the highest seeds, and the semifinals and championship take place March 11th and 12th at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. To learn more, visit horizonleague.com.
Good job, Ted.
You ready for that? That's a long way away.
That was I mean,
selling it.
Yeah, your lob.
Oh my goodness, Chris to take Hemphill for the throwdown.
I mean,
that's how you come out of a timeout.
You know, elevator top floor.
Wow. And a moving screen.
That's a good call.
Still foul number 42.
So they will get
Niebuhr. He was Niebuhr with the moving screen.
Andrew Niebuhr out of Jordan, Minnesota. 6'11" freshman. Some high hopes for him.
Yeah, big boy. He set that screen, and I felt it over here.
Cody Schwartz checked into the game. How do we know? He's knocking down a three.
I mean, that's what he does, too. If you're on the scouting report as a coach, you got to be upset because you know that's what you got to take away from him. The Blue Devils get hung up on a weak side screen there and leave Schwartz open for three.
Phoenix will get the ball as that one bounces out of bounds. Cody with 8 points in that game at Bowling Green. Missed a couple of games due to an injury on that last homestand. But back on the floor. Hankerson to Cohen. Cohen will just line up the three-pointer. Schwartz and Cohen, a couple of former high school rivals in the area, now playing on the same team. Hemphill. And a block.
Boy, now
we'll shoot some free throws. Would you like to begin your dissertation on free throw shooting in NCAA men's basketball?
You know what?
The folks in Menominee haven't heard it.
You know, this is a again, one of the most artistic, beautiful games of motion. Not emotion, of motion, movement.
Of motion.
Fluidity. And for the next 10 minutes, we're going to watch a free throw shooting contest.
There could be beauty in a free throw shot.
No. Do you get as much emotion out of a Hemphill free throw as you did as that lob dunk?
Well, you know what? I think Tank would be happy that he's 3 for 4 from the free throw line tonight.
Not as happy as that lob. He's not going home, hey, Ma, did you see my 3 for 4 free throws? Or you going to say, did you see that lob dunk? Okay.
Working on the free throws.
All right. You can try. Yeah, sounds good.
Trying to spin it positively. Here we go. And Cody Schwartz with the block. Dropped out to the corner. Here's Keefe. That's off the front of the iron. Keefe still looking for his first points of the game. Smith, left-handed layup, bumped as he took that shot. Chance for a three-point play.
And the Schwartz and Smith laughing at each other. Because Schwartz was like, you could have probably gave that up, but I'm happy you finished it. And it would have been a tough pass. Smith never really had control of the ball either. But it's always funny. That's one on film back the next day. You kind of make fun of him. And, hey,
I was open.
Yeah.
Pressure again. And get it out to Keefe. Corner three on the way. And rebound Hemphill. Right now, Phoenix are the only ones crashing the boards. Hankerson drops it off. Smith is blocked, but a foul on the play. So free throw number 12 in the game for the Phoenix coming up.
It's a 25-0 run in the last 6:02. 25-0. Either way, though, Stout's had some quality looks.
Yes.
Had a lot of threes rim in and out. And the Phoenix, they just been playing their ball. That RP40 brand, fast-paced, relentless pressure, both ends of the court, 40 minutes, RP40. And I feel like for them getting back, you know, after the Bowling Green game, talking with the coaching staff, they say, you know, it's one of those games you got to know your team. So we had a good practice, and we moved on. You know, it wasn't like it was something we're going to hang over. They've been playing well up until that point. So it's one of those things where, you know, you almost burn the film and just move on from it. And sometimes this is one way to do it.
Stout will play 3 games in 5 days, heading up to Finlandia and then Michigan Tech on Friday and Saturday. So they will actually play a Division I, a Division II, and a Division III over the next 5 days.
They'll be tested.
Keefe drops it inside. Syriacs had a great start. Little fadeaway, in and out. Wow. Check that basket.
Yeah, that's a great move. I mean, a little Dirk Nowitzki, bumped the defenders, 1-2 step backwards into that fade.
Smith thought about the three, kicks it over to Schwartz this time, and Cody will be happy with that pass.
Yeah, and that was a contested shot. Not bad defense at all in that situation. And quarter, sometimes good defense is trumped by better offense.
Travel, so another turnover. That is the 8th turnover of the game for Stout. So Schwartz with a couple of three-pointers. Pipe started the game with a couple of threes. Phoenix are 4 of 7 from the arc.
And again, just not to beat a dead horse here, but it's 8-7. It was Pipes, Syriacs. And the Phoenix just has really ballooned this score up. And again, Blue Devils have had some very quality looks. That has not been the case. It's not like they've been turning the ball over or anything like that. They just haven't been able to convert shots.
Keefe guarded closely by Pipes. And Walbeck with the miss. Smith with the rebound. Out to Trevian Bell. A little bit too long on that pass. It got broken up.
Yeah, that's the one thing in the game where the score at this point early in the game, you pick up bad habits too. There's one. And Walbeck able to get one to drop from 3. And there's a bucket. So the lids is not a lid on that basket. I was gonna go and check at this media time out there. I'm like, what? Hold on now. Too many of them shots have been in and out.
Bell, plenty of time, wide open on the 3, and knocks it down.
And the tough part, the Phoenix, with the athleticism they have on the wing, are able to get past any initial defender. It's forcing weak side rotations from this Blue Devil team. And on the weak side, the Phoenix are banging threes. So, PJ Pipes lost his shoe.
He's going to try to put it on during the play. We'll get back on defense. I don't know if the shoe's all the way on or not.
That's the nice thing when wearing those lows. You can get them back on and off quick.
That's a good-looking shot. Braden Walbeck again. Well, he's got a couple of threes.
Found his rhythm.
(41-13). About 6:30 to go. First half. Cohen's 15-footer's good over Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick just getting Cohen at 6'6", 6'7". With the height advantage, able to lift, get to his spot and lift over Patrick.
Sandy knocked it away. It went off the leg of Patrick, and the Phoenix will have the ball when they come back. Phoenix out to a big lead, 43-13. You're watching Phoenix basketball on ESPN3.
It's always out there. The horizon. A reminder that our greatest goals are rarely attained. And as soon as you reach one, another emerges. But every day we rise and work harder, dig deeper, ask one more question, take one more shot in relentless pursuit of our horizon.
UW Green Bay has been the place where I could learn more, do more, and be more.
I feel like at the university I can go anywhere because there's so many programs and different opportunities offered here.
My classes are very personal. There's always time before and after to talk to the professor.
There's always something going on here on campus.
I've definitely grown professionally as well as personally, and I have UW Green Bay to thank for that.
Horizon League men's and women's basketball takes over Little Caesars Arena March 11th and 12th in Detroit. Reserve your seat for the semifinal and championship by visiting the Green Bay box office or horizonleague.com. See you in Detroit.
43-13, Green Bay out to a big lead in this ball game. Getting ready for a 4-game road trip coming up for the Phoenix. Starting with a couple of big games this weekend.
Yeah, they are. And you have, obviously, you have the women down in Marquette.
Yep.
And that's going to be very exciting. But there's obviously a ton of, like Creighton coming up for the men. I mean, it's a lot of good basketball coming up at Michigan State.
Yeah, so Friday you're on national TV in Omaha against Creighton.
Yep.
Sunday you're on national TV taking on number 9 Michigan State on the Big Ten Network.
And then the women are at Marquette on Saturday, right?
Yeah,
2 p.m.
2 p.m. against number 19 Marquette. So
should be. I mean, if you're a Phoenix fan, if you're tuning in, there's a lot of good basketball to be watched. I know both of these teams will be tested, men and women. Creighton, you said 17,000 last game they had, right? Packed the house.
They averaged 17,000.
Yeah. Not the last game. All of the last games did.
Yeah.
17,000. Your alma mater. Willis Reed. I get to drop a Willis Reed
There
reference.
you go.
Yes. I always love to do that.
Always like that.
10.
Yeah, Creighton coming off back-to-back losses. They just lost to number 24 Nebraska. Don't like to see that in-state rival right there.
I mean.
But before that, number 1 Gonzaga was in town.
You know.
And Creighton was leading that most of the game.
Yeah. It's a strong finish by Patterson.
Manny Patterson.
And there's nothing like those aren't bad losses at all. And the Phoenix jump into a 1-3-1 here now. Trying to work on some different things again as you head into conference.
And so you're seeing some different looks on the press. And now a zone. Coach Lake is going to take a timeout to talk about this zone from a Division I team. So it's a different setup offensively if you're not ready for this, or you maybe coach saw something right away that he wants to try to exploit.
Well, yeah, and you know, obviously you got to work your diagonals on that, but I think, again, probably not used to seeing a zone with that type of length, especially a trapping 1-3-1 zone. And so you definitely want to make the adjustment, make sure your team is ready, but you also want to discuss, you know, hey, we need to fake a pass to make a pass, and you got to be decisive. And you're going to have to look off defenders. You just can't stare down where you're going because that allows the whole defense to shift to that area. So, and then here on defense as well, you don't want to give up anything easy. You want to try to close this half, this last 5 minutes, and get some things that you can be happy with heading into halftime.
Trevian Bell. Wants that shot back. 5 minutes to play in this first half. Kyle Williams, guarded by Pipes. Hankerson is not letting Keefe get the ball. Well, if you're going to deny someone, you might as well deny Keefe. He's been a sharpshooter this season. From the corner, another sharpshooter. How about Matt Newman, Jr., out of Sturgeon Bay.
Local product. Probably got some people in the crowd here tonight in Palm. And leaves it up there, gets it up there, and Bell with the tap-in finish on the follow.
Back the other way. And Josh Miracle had it for a moment underneath, lost the handle. Another local kid out of Neenah.
There's a lot of Wisconsin, Minnesota on that Stout roster. A lot of good high school basketball programs represented as well.
Williams all the way to the bucket. Rebound by Hankerson. Tried to kick it out to Pipes. TJ Parham also in the lineup for the Phoenix. Pipes will head out and Chris checks back in.
In for Stout, number 40, John Syriac.
So the Phoenix have Parham and Christ, Manny Patterson, Trevian Bell, Cam Hankerson on the floor. Stout, Keith Miracle, Williams, Newman, and Syriacs. Manny Patterson tried for the reverse, got stuffed initially, but stayed with it and gets the finish.
And again, this is where, to me, where he's toned up and gotten so much stronger. Even through that contact, able to play through it, gather his own rebound, and still finish again with some contact.
Phoenix again showing some zone. And that one tipped out of bounds. Another timeout on the floor. 3:28 remaining in the first half. Green Bay 49, Stout 16. This is ESPN 3.
All right, fans, now it's time for Group of Pizza Musical Chair Challenge.
49-16 Green Bay leading UW Stout in a non-counting game. 3:28 remaining in this first half.
Yeah, it's been a lot of Green Bay, obviously, looking at the score. But again, I feel like, most impressive thing, Keith was 0 points, or if you're a Stout fan, the most depressing thing is he has 0 points. But he's had, a tough night. He's the Phoenix best defenders, the longest defenders on him consistently. And he hasn't really had an opportunity to get any good looks. I mean, he's had to shoot shots like that, contested and deep, in order to even get quality looks. And then, the Blue Devils, the rest of the team, they've had quality looks, they just haven't fallen. So, and you got to give the Phoenix some of that credit on that. I mean, speeding them up a little bit, but it's been, a dominant game for this Phoenix team. And right on cue, and reverse announcer's jinx. I was hoping that worked out for him. Keith able to get on the board.
First 2 points of the game for John Keefe. He's been averaging 23 points a game this season. Missed just about all of last season, but has certainly bounced back some big numbers this year. Schwartz blocked. Parham ends up with it, and TJ with the putback.
TJ, if he can ever put both ends of the court together, where he's dialed in defensively, like his ability to score offensively, he's going to have a chance to really do some damage. Still see it in spurts, but he's got to find that consistency on this end of the floor. He can score that basketball. Now, some people just had that ability to just put the ball in the hole. I wasn't that guy. Not at all. He just puts the ball in the hole. It's a score.
Transfer last year, redshirt junior this year. Yeah, minutes have been tough to come by this season. Big rebound by McNair. But the Phoenix playing with a different pace as McNair goes coast to coast with this one. It's a little bit of a different makeup. They brought in some transfer players. They seem to be playing a much quicker style this year.
Well, I honestly believe Coach Darner, he, in his adjustment period coming from the D2 level to this, I believe he realized in this league, I got to go get athletes. I got to go have guys that can get in passing lanes and run out, and then balance it with enough skill. And he's been able to do that. I mean, these guys are McNair and McLeod, and you look at Smith. They're hyper athlete. They're fast twitch muscle guys. They're hyper competitive, and they've really been great additions to this Phoenix program.
Free throws coming up for Luke Geiger.
And I'll add too. I mean, a lot of people. There's a stereotype of the JUCO pipeline. The guys don't fit into the quality kids. I mean, really good guys as well. So, and they've been able to fit into the culture and play ball the Green Bay way, and also get it done in the classroom and off the court as well.
That certainly made a difference so far this season.
It's been a big difference. I mean, it's allowed Sandy Cohen to be a more well-rounded basketball player. You see his assists, his rebounds up, his usage is down, and he's kind of steadied out where last year was kind of that roller coaster. We'd have a 30-point game, then an 8-point game, and now he's been able to trust his teammates and really get them all involved.
Schwartz threw it away. Here's Keefe. Guarded by Hankerson. And Keefe, a little floater, and that will go.
And
so Keefe's starting to heat up.
Yeah, we talk about it. Sometimes you just need to see one go in, and especially for a scorer like him, and he can get it going. And speaking of a scorer like him, Palm, the walking bucket. That's why my government nickname for him. He's the walking bucket. But Keefe, he can fill it up as well.
Almost had a steal there. Kick it out to the corner one more time. Luke Geiger, front of the iron, and on the shot, they're going to get Parham on the push.
Foul number 0, TJ Parham, his first, team 7.
Parham with his fourth made three-pointer of the season. Shooting about 39% from the three-point line. Made 26 of them off the bench last year.
Walking bucket.
So Garrett Parks at the free throw line. Played his basketball over in Stevens Point at Pacelli High School. Hankerson. A little deep on that three-pointer. Now Keefe stuck in the corner, drops it off right away to Syriacs. Stout seems to be getting a little more comfortable with the tempo of play right now.
Oh, absolutely. There's definitely an adjustment period, I think, just to, again, being on the court with this type of athleticism. I mean, it's different. You don't see it every day at the Division III level. You can't replicate it in practice, the top to bottom where everybody is so athletic and hyper athletic. And so, again, your angles on your layups are different. Your gap penetration gaps close faster. And it does take some time to adjust to that. You definitely see them settling in.
Parham looking inside to McNair. McNair, he's got a lane and goes all the way to the hoop.
And I love the jab step he used to create the separation initially. Able to get to the rack and finish that.
Keith missed. PJ comes away with the ball. Cam Hankerson, that was a little bit quick. Good rebound by Parks. 15 seconds to go. First half. It was 8-7 at one point. Since then, it's been all Green Bay. Keith, they take the final shot. Yes, the floater will count. And Keith will end the first half with 6 points, all coming within the last couple of minutes.
No, he caught a groove late in that quarter, or late in that half. You see him here, mixtape, nice finish for the buzzer.
Green Bay leads 58-26. It's halftime. You're watching Phoenix basketball on ESPN3. Back at the Crest Center on the campus of the University of Wisconsin, Green Bay. The Phoenix leading the Blue Devils of UW Stout 58-26. It is halftime. Cordero Barkley, Ted Stefanik now joined by a special guest, Chancellor Dr. Gary Miller joining us. Chancellor, thanks for taking some time with us today. You're a guy that I usually see sitting next to us here in the front row. You love these basketball games.
George and I love basketball. We've always loved basketball. And I like it this year sitting on the floor next to you guys.
The seats are terrific here at the Crest, and of course the Resch Center as well. And you've got some terrific things going on campus here, especially in the engineering department. Some really exciting things happening over there.
Absolutely. A new Resch School of Engineering this year approved by the Board of Regents. And so now we have 4 engineering programs, and new mechanical engineering programs. This community was incredibly supportive, raising $10 million to help us start that program, and I think it's a trajectory changer for this region.
A lot of people get excited about what's happening over at Lambeau Field in the Titletown district, and Green Bay has a big part to do as well over there with the Titletown and the Microsoft building as well.
Absolutely. Titletown Tech and Microsoft Packer partnership. One of our alums, Craig Dickman, actually is going to be running that. We have a part to play in that. We'll have an entrepreneur in residence from UW Green Bay that'll be in his leadership team. And that'll really help us connect to local entrepreneurs, our students, and the rest of the UW system.
There's some exciting things that happened during the off-season this summer, the completion of I don't know if it's a consolidation or an expansion, but you've got some more buildings, some more students all together now.
We did. July 1st, we took over the 2-year campuses at Sheboygan, Manitowoc, and Marinette, so that gives us a 16-county footprint. 3 major manufacturing sectors, beautiful communities, and so we've been working really hard in the year up to July, and then since then to bring those faculty and students and programs into our fold. We're going to be building out 4-year programs in those communities. Pretty excited about it. A lot of opportunities out there for us.
Without a doubt, and I know another thing that you're really excited about is the way enrollment has been growing here on campus as well.
Very good. 4 or 5 years of good, strong enrollment here. It's unusual.
And just real quick, do you have some time? Just if you got 20 seconds, just to talk about Charles and how important Division I athletics is to this region.
Charles is, we got new leadership in our athletic department. Charles Guthrie came from the West Coast, and he's just doing a fantastic job. Athletics is really important to what we do. There are only 3 public Division I universities in Wisconsin. We're one of them, Milwaukee and Madison. Everything we do in this community is related to this program, our academic program. So we're very excited to have Phoenix Athletics.
Chancellor Dr. Gary Miller joining us. Thank you so much for taking some time with us today. And we will watch the second half together. He'll be right next to us, keeping an eye on us, as he should be. Green Bay leading Stout 58-26. We'll be back after this timeout. Green Bay 58, UW Stout 26. It is halftime. Second half action coming up in just a few moments. You're watching Phoenix basketball on ESPN3. Back at the Crest Center, 58-26. Green Bay leading UW Stout. Green Bay, this was a close game, 1-point game for a while early on before Green Bay exploded, and PJ Pipes and John Sirius, they were putting on a show by themselves at the beginning of this one.
Yeah, PJ Pipes with 8 points to start here, and you see him get started here with a couple of threes. That always gets it going early. And you'll see the next highlight here with the transition layup, take the bump, and finish. And Siriax, he started off with the hook, but he had 7 points. Actually, the first 7 points of the game for the Blue Devils. And you see a putback here, Hemphill doing what he does, the high leaper with 8 points in that first half. And see Sandy Cohen, again, first team all-leaguer preseason, able to get to the rim, take the bump and finish it. When you step on the elevator and you're headed VIP, you tell them, take me to the top floor. Tank able to rise and elevate, throw that home. The lob play. Chris with the assist. And you got to point him out, right? You got to cool play him. And you see you had Schwartz with the block, playing some defense as well. But then we have Wallbeck from 3 for the Blue Devils. And then you have Keith, who again, tight first half, 3 of 8 from the floor, 6 points. Look for him to try to get going right away here in this second half.
Yeah, some good action so far, and Green Bay with just stopping by home. They were on the road against Bowling Green recently. The loss, come home for this game, but then it's 4 games on the road, and these first 2 coming up. Not an easy task, as they will be heading to Omaha on Friday, and then on Sunday going to visit number 9 Michigan State.
Yeah, no easy sledding. And Michigan State, if they're still in class, which I'm sure they're hoping they're not. It'll be loud there, but Creighton packs the house. 17,000 is going to be loud there as well. And then you have Evansville on the 22nd and Milwaukee on the 29th at Milwaukee, both games. And you don't get any conference play going again until you're at home after the new year, 2019, versus Youngstown State. So it will be tough competition.
Yeah, did you go through the bottom?
Yeah, we broke it down, man. I'm in 2019 now, Teddy. Had the official stop by and ask a question.
Yeah, no, I was, one of the officials just came over to let us know that there are some non-matching numbers, 4 non-matching numbers on the UW Stout roster. So the way they're going to handle that, there will be a technical assist, but only 1 technical for the mismatched numbers, not 4 technicals. So,
gotcha. Yeah, I don't know if guys forgot jerseys or what, but
yeah, we had a couple of number changes right before, but I'm not sure that you could change a jersey number, but it's the mismatched numbers or uniforms. So there will be a technical assist at some point in the second half. So they're just letting us know.
Gotcha. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like literally, it's 2 separate different types of jerseys. Gotcha. Well, that's, again, it's tough on it. As the budget's a little bit different, I'm sure. So,
and I would think that you would probably see all the guys on the bench get an opportunity to play here at the Crest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Getting ready for a second half action now, and again, 58-26, Green Bay with the lead, off to a quick start. You mentioned PJ Pipes with a quick 8 points and Syriac 7. That's still where they're at in this game. They were the show at the beginning of the game.
Well, Pipes has been this, he's been able to kind of let his teammates take it over, and and Syriac is just kind of his team. They went into a slump there. Phoenix went on a big run. And not able to really get any offense going, so a little different circumstances.
PJ, step back. Short on that. Phoenix get it back, reset the shot clock. Smith throws up a shot right away. Pipes will try another one, and in and out. How did that not go? PJ wondering the same thing.
Halfway down.
He's pointing over the rim. You know, that first half, things weren't falling for Stout on that rim either.
No, maybe it's the.
Stout breaks the press. Smith challenging Zach Dowell on that layup.
I mean, Zach Dowell thought he had a wide open layup in transition. That's tough. Sandy Cohen taking the bump off of one leg, fading away. Kisses it off of glass on top of all of that. But Dowell thought he had a wide open layup, and Smith comes with a hot contest.
Well, going back to that Sandy finish, you know, watching him the last couple of seasons here in Green Bay, so many different ways he can finish around the basket or away from the basket.
Well, it's like he spent a lot of time working on, 3-2-1 situations where you're counting that clock down and you have to get a shot off. He's got a large arsenal of contested shot, like a contested shot package almost, where he's comfortable getting into different looks. Speaking of getting comfortable, getting into, how about a similar look? PJ Pipe steps in and knocks down a three.
3 threes in the game for PJ Pipes. Up to 11 points in this game. And on the other end, Syriac. So Pipes and Syriac start up the second half the way they started the first half.
Syriac, that was a tough finish too, fading away over the rim. And just like that, Sandy Cohen, as soon as 3 seconds into the shot clock, the Phoenix on the other end already scoring another basket.
Cohen leading the Phoenix in scoring. He's got 13 points on 5 of 8 shooting. From the corner, short. Pipes comes away with a rebound. Smith, left side, drops it off for Manny Patterson, and a couple of fouls there. They'll only count the first one.
And they got Smith on the offensive foul. Again, got to be under control. Come to a jump stop, get that pass off. You avoid the contact. Now on this end, the Phoenix trapped that first pass down. And we talk about traps, so I'm gonna let you get the subs in here if you want to shout them out.
Yeah, Brandon Gilbertson checks back into the ball game, as well as Luke Geiger.
Now on the traps here, it's not so much about the trap. You got the ball out of Keith's hand, which the Phoenix wanted to do in that situation. But Tank did not sprint out of that trap. So the first pass out, you got to be willing to sprint back in and become a rebounder or a help defender.
Floater by DeMarco Patrick. Got his own rebound. To the corner. Geiger will try the three and knock it down.
3-point field goal, Geiger.
Geiger with a nice catch and shooting. Oh, and he lost his shoe. Oh, man. Patrick, great defense. Low tops again. Sniper got him.
There's a timeout on the floor, 65-31. Green Bay leading. This is ESPN 3. This season, the Horizon League celebrates 40 years of competition. Whether it's a buzzer beater or your favorite school winning a league championship, share your favorite memory on social media using hashtag HL40. Learn more at horizonleague.com. Got a favorite Horizon League memory?
I would say beating Butler here the year they won the national title when they were ranked like 8th in the country.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Also, a memory of mine is also when the stat line came through. This is way before Twitter and Instagram. I wouldn't say way before, but it was right before that came out, where Norris Cole had a 40, 20, and 10 game. So I remember that as well.
NBA player Norris Cole?
Yeah, he's overseas, actually playing with another former Phoenix, Kiefer Sykes. How about that for a backcourt as the 1 and 2? Kiefer Sykes and Norris Cole playing one of the top leagues or the top league in Italy.
Third team foul.
That'd be pretty good.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Norris Cole, I think, was drafted 28th by the Heat. Played with LeBron, won a couple of titles with the Heat.
Right.
And Kiefer was always, still is kind of a borderline. He's getting some NBA looks, and Sykes, I wish him the best. 2,200 points here as a Phoenix point guard.
Gilbertson shot the free throws, and then Green Bay comes down to this end, turns it over, chance for the Blue Devils once again.
Nice, good transition defense by this Blue Devils team, able to get back and get that look.
They give it right back. Look out, Sandy Cohen!
Oh man, and Patrick made a business decision there. Step in and try to take that charge, and Sandy Cohen tried to go right over the top of him.
Gilbertson will be called for the offensive foul. There's another look at this one.
Yeah.
A business decision.
It's a business decision. He's on the right end of that one.
He's smiling down on the other end with PJ Pipes.
There's not a lot of guys want to sacrifice that.
DeMarco said, "Oh man, am I glad he missed that."
Trying to stay off. Last thing you
want
is
stay off ESPN.
Yeah, you don't
highlights.
Want that. You don't want that. Oh my goodness.
And Hemphill. That's a strong move. We've seen him climb the ladder for some big dunks, but that's a strong finish with some power right there.
Look at this. I mean, take the contact. Okay, hold on. I'm going to hang in the air a little bit longer. I flex my biceps on the way down because I hit the gym earlier today. Lucky lefty. I'll take the contact and finish.
We saw Sandy get a ESPN top 10 appearance already this season when he went through the legs of a defender on a fast break.
That was nice. I caught that one live. A lot of people in the gym didn't even realize what had happened.
It happened so quick. Man, that was almost another ESPN candidate. He's got the ball now. Working on the post move. Good patience and finish.
Oh, that's great patience. Gets to the spot too, hesitates, bumps and rises.
Seen a little bit of everything out of Sandy tonight. Tipped away. Cody Schwartz and Cam Hankerson getting ready to check in, and they will, and we return. There's a timeout on the floor. Green Bay leads UW Stout 69-33. This is ESPN 3.
Oh, welcome
69-33. Green Bay leading Stout. Phoenix with a little Tuesday night basketball in Green Bay. Again, getting ready for a trip out to Omaha and Michigan State this weekend. Both games, nationally televised games. FS1 will have that Creighton game on Friday night. Big Ten Network will have the Michigan State game. There's a steal, and Sandy Cohen, takeoff.
My goodness. With the LeBron-esque extension on that dunk. Can we bring it back? All right, here we go. Oh.
Fans like it.
I like it.
Everybody likes that.
You know, I once was able to do that on PlayStation. Mad bounce.
Cody Schwartz. I was looking for Cody to score from the outside. That time, taking the contact inside.
Pull the old okey doke. See, sometimes, you know, you got to fool them like that. Get to the rack. I like the early post entry, getting the big fella a touch.
Foul, and Patterson, some free throws coming up. Now looking at Cody, he missed a couple of games, including the game where you had Alumni Day for the Phoenix, and Jeff Norgard had his jersey retired, and his jersey number 33. Cody Schwartz wears number 33, and he'll be the last Phoenix player to wear 33.
And I love what Charles is doing. Guthrie, the AD, getting a lot of the alumni back engaged. He's obviously the right thing to do. Norgard, one of the greatest Phoenix players ever put on a jersey. He also fractured my face in the alumni game. I'm gonna hold that on. Got an orbital fracture messing with him, but
you never look better though.
Yep, but that's a take away from Norgie. All right, 5th in scoring in the program's history, and he still lights up all of us young guys from the perimeter with that J. So, very awesome to see his jersey live on for at least a few more games before it's officially retired.
Nice turnout for that alumni game. Inside, they were looking for Manny Patterson. (75-33). There's a three-point attempt, back of the iron, rebound offensively by Garrett Parks. Good job. Zach Dowell ended up with it again.
Foul number 10. Take Hemphill.
And then Hemphill picks up the foul. Dowell gives it up to Williams. Williams out of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Now Dowell. And Patterson with the rebound.
And the Phoenix jump 2-3 zone. Hankerson not able to get it to drop halfway down.
Hankerson 1 of 4 tonight from the field. Patterson swatted that away. Cohen looking for Hemphill. Thought we were going to see another highlight film.
You know, you love the finish. Yeah, I'm hanging on to the
hang on to the table.
Oh,
you
you're
can
like,
see it developing.
That was a really nice layup, right? That none of us have the athleticism to make.
Gotta go back to old school basketball.
Get it on the glass.
Kick that one out.
Get it on the glass. Oh,
there's
man.
another look. Sandy, what a beautiful pass.
Sandy's assist is way up this season. I mean, already with 52 assists coming into this game. Compared to last season, you know, not much more of a scoring threat, ability to pass, but had to score a lot more in order for the Phoenix to have opportunities to be in games. So,
well, and also coming in to this game with 19 steals.
Yes, and very active on the defensive end.
Hey, look at Cody Schwartz.
And I'll be honest, a lot of it's been positional basketball too, not so much gambling, but really just being in great help defensive position.
Luke Geiger with the finish on this end.
Geiger able to get to the rack in transition. See, sometimes it's easier to get down before that defense gets set. Get an earlier quality look in the first 10 seconds of that possession.
And McNair, a couple looks at it and finishes.
And sometimes you got to pad your own stats, you know. Throw it up there, go back and get it, get an extra rebound.
And Stout is shooting much quicker now. Good passing inside, couple of looks. McNair with the rebound.
And I like what Cohen did here. All right now, guys, let's slow it down. Let's work for a quality look.
And
there
a
it
three-pointer. Cam Hankerson. Didn't take long.
No, didn't take long, but still was a good look.
But exactly what you were talking about. Find that good look.
Now, when he makes it, it makes me look like a smart broadcaster. It makes Coach Link Darner like a brilliant coach.
The shot disrupted by, or DeMarco Patrick's shot was disrupted by Sandy. Well, he saw Sandy coming. Patrick might see Cohen in his nightmares tonight. He's been all over him. 85-35, Green Bay leading the Blue Devils.
0507-984. 0507.
50-point lead for Green Bay, 11:42 remaining in the contest. Ted Stefaniak, Cordero Barkley with you for this one. Fans enjoying a little Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline, bum, bum, bum. Should stick to my day job, huh?
I think so.
All right. Yeah, I'm not going to be on The Voice is what you're telling me, huh? It's unfortunate.
Ooh, in and out for Cody Schwartz, his first missed three after knocking down his first 3 attempts. Cody from nearby West De Pere High School. Spent a couple of years at San Jose State. Sat out last year, happy to be back on the court this year. And look out in the front row.
That hit right in between them, 2 kids. And you want the front row seat, sometimes you end up being a part of the show.
Good assist by one of the fans.
He almost used his noggin. It wouldn't have felt good. Luckily, the young fella's all right.
Chancellor Miller talked about those nice seats along the front row here at the Crest Center. That
yeah, I've been trying
that's
to
a nice upgrade.
Yeah,
here.
I've been trying to sneak one to the house, and it caught me my last 2 times. I'm gonna get one out of here one of these times now.
I think you should leave them right where they're at. Oh! Josh McNair.
My goodness. Ooh. Talking about dropping the hammer. Oh, man.
Josh says, you guys keep talking about Sandy and Tank.
Don't forget about me.
Yeah. Inside. Well, 3 guys got him. We'll see who they call it on.
Nyber. Oh, yeah. You're not really dunked on, but kind of dunked on. It happens. Been there. Your boys always dog you on the bus and after the game, one of those deals, and you're like, yeah.
I was kind of there.
I wasn't really there. You know, you always got the, he really didn't dunk on me.
Nyber at the free throw line. Cam Wall checks into the ball game for the first time for Stout, freshman.
Talking about this
Nice crowd applause here. He played at Green Bay Preble just down the road.
Yeah, no, very good high school basketball player, high IQ kid. I remember seeing him at the Green Bay Phoenix camps back in the day. Father was his coach at Preble, coach's kid, high IQ basketball player, big time skill set. Worked with Team 1848, Harry Boyce. On the boys side up here, shout out to my former AAU teammate doing a good job on the AAU side, but young fella Wall here, I think he'll have a nice career because he'll put in the work and the effort to get better year after year.
Cam wearing number 14 tonight. And he will pick up PJ Pipes as he comes across the timeline. Schwartz drops it off. They spin it around the wheel. Trev Bell lines up the 3. Rebound McNair. Watch out. Drops it back inside and another slam. Cam Hankerson.
And again, able to starts with the McNair hustle on the additional possession from the rebound. And Hankerson, again, a lot of athleticism on this roster, Ted. A lot of people 6'5", 6'6" with length and bounce. You see it there on display.
Hankerson up to 7 points in the game. Count the baskets. And we will have a foul on, I believe, Trev Bell. Braden Walbeck knocking down that last shot. Walbeck's up to 8 points.
In for Phoenix, number 0, TJ Parham, number 24, Javon Smith,
Parham,
30, Hunter Christ.
Smith and Christ all check back in for the Phoenix. On the floor for Stout, Miracle, Walbeck, Wall, Gilbertson, and Nyber. Chris comes away out of the pile, gives it up to Parham. Parham going up strong with the left.
And Parham started off thinking about dunk, switches ideas midair, finishes with the left hand, and again, the walking bucket with another Another nice finish in transition.
That was a good finish. He had the 6'11 Nyber closing on him.
Business decisions, Ted.
Yes.
Business decisions.
Bell. Oh, and he'll throw it down.
And talking about business decisions, Bell ringing it.
Trevian Bell.
Oh, man. Two-hand.
Cam Wall takes his shot. Here come the Phoenix. Smith back to Bell. Contact. Free throws coming.
My goodness. So Trev Bell's another one. He had a tremendous offseason, I felt like, toning his body up. Lost some weight, better condition, and I feel like you see the lift in his game. He already had. I feel like he could jump last year, but now he's even quicker off the floor.
Well, 4 sophomores on this team as you get a look at one of them. Trevian Bell. Pipes, Bell, Patterson, Christ. All true sophomores.
He's got a talented core, and keep these guys together and focused on the task at hand. There'll be problems for years to come in this Horizon League. Now, I know you're picked 5th this year preseason, but I think once we get to league play, they'll be right in the mix.
Bell again. Well, Green Bay averaging 84.4 points per game. It'll go up after tonight, but already with that 84.4 leading the Horizon League in scoring. Now again, haven't played any Horizon League games. And the block by Gilbertson.
And Chris tries to turn right in there. Ooh, and I don't know. It's a bang play. We got the luxury of having slow motion replay, so I normally get most of my calls right on replay, but I probably hadn't established legal guard position, but he certainly was there and set.
Closing in on the 8-minute mark here in the second half. Smith. And everybody trying to get to the basket now.
Bit of a foul, number 33, Brandon Gilbertson. That's his 5th personal foul.
You see some of the Phoenix women in attendance. They're getting ready for a big game this weekend.
Big ball game. Big ball game. And down at Marquette, Marquette, they can score the basketball now. I know they were up here last year. Phoenix gave them fits defensively for a while there. And then Marquette came storming back in the second half. But a different team, Marquette, it's like a more cohesive unit this year, even than they were last year. And they won 25-plus games last year. So be a good test for this Phoenix crew. Coach Keeger doing a good job down there at Marquette. And obviously Green Bay, in the state, they've kind of ran the show for the last few years. So it'll be interesting to see how that game finishes out. But
there is a timeout on the floor. We can chat more when we come back.
Why not?
It's a big lead for Green Bay, 97-39. This is Phoenix basketball on ESPN3. Each year, Horizon League student athletes are involved in hundreds of service and outreach programs, including league-wide involvement with Special Olympics, One Love Foundation, and Team Impact. To learn more, search #HLCares or visit horizonleague.com. 97-39, 7:45 to play in the contest. Carson Moe with the shot that was blocked. Some of the other players on the court right now for Stout: Josh Miracle, Cam Wall, Parker Shanks, Carson Moe, and Cam Brousseau. And we just had a substitution come in, and that is Tanner Schmidt, junior out of Coon Valley, Wisconsin. Wall, that is a long three-pointer, knocks it down! Oh, the local fans will like that one. We can hear them behind us.
Oh, it's got to be fun. He's, again, spent a lot of time in this gym as a camper. We got the offensive foul there on Bell, but yeah, Cam Wall.
There it is.
Why not? From the Y
From
on
the
the
wing.
bird. That's awesome. Good for him.
He's got a large contingency behind us.
Oh,
we can
yeah.
hear him. That's awesome.
Shoot it. Why not? Heat check. No, I'm not trying to get you subbed out, Cam. Not in front of your family here. Don't listen to me.
A three-pointer by Cam, his first points of the season. Travel. As Mo lost his balance.
It's a nice crossover, though. Right to that left to right. Lost his balance. I love Coach Lakes. He's still coaching, getting his guys better, trying to get them to do the things that he wants them to do. And again, they just had that bad spurt in the first half where they had a ton of shots not dropping. McNair wide open on the screen, just turned the screen again. I don't know. Chris thought he was going to pop.
Well, I know we got some fans from UW Stout listening in, and they've got some great things happening on the women's side over there.
Hey,
Hannah
Quilling
Iverson.
That's
the new head coach, former assistant coach with Green Bay. She is off to a great start, and she's got a local product from the Green Bay, actually the Appleton area.
Yeah.
Bailey Dearson leading her team.
Bailey Dearson played Purple Aces, local AAU program. Shameless plug. But Hannah, obviously, great career here at Green Bay. Started point guard for a number of years. Was part of the team that lost to Brittany Griner in the Sweet 16 when she was at Baylor. Always kind of had a basketball mind. I mean, always had that coaching type mind. You know, spent some time at the D1 level and gets the opportunity to get closer to home from the Eau Claire area originally. So. Great get for that program, and she's making the most of it, absolutely.
And we spent a lot of time on the women's AAU circuit in the summer. I think Hannah was at just about every tournament we were at, scouting, looking for that next great player to bring into UW Stout, and she's going to have a terrific career there. Coach Lake is too, and it's always a little tough when you're that first-year head coach.
Oh, yeah, you got to change the culture and get the players to fit your system and get the players to buy into your system. And again, Coach Lake obviously has that championship pedigree, and just looking at what his team does, how hard they're competing and playing every single possession, you see things are on the up and up on both sides of that program, men's and women's.
Coach Lake, last 10 years as an assistant at Ferris State. Ferris, who won the NCAA Division II National Championship last spring.
I tell you what, I had someone we were talking this week about D1 and D2 basketball, and someone made the comment, well, it's only D2, and then I had my heat check, I had to take my deep breath, and D1, D2, D3, you take all the high school players in the country, and if you play at that level of basketball, still puts you in like the top 4 percentile of all of high school basketball players. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of D2 programs. There's Ferris probably passed up on some D1 transfers in order to build that team out. So really quality basketball played at all levels, and a lot of really good basketball players at all of these levels, D1, D2, or D3.
Shot clock violation as we reach the 5-minute mark remaining in this second half.
Yeah, I say don't discredit the hustle now by putting only in front of that. It's only D2, only D3. No.
It's great competition at all of those levels.
Some of the worst people, worst I done had my defensively, some of the toughest guys I had to guard were D2 and D3 All-Americans. So don't get it twisted. A lot of skill and a lot of good basketball all across the spectrum.
Oh my
goodness, I'm with you. I agree.
Josh McNair again.
Spin cycle, rolling dervish, dunk. Well, you got to take the N off of there. Make air.
Yeah, he's had a couple of nice dunks tonight. Phoenix closing in on the century mark. There's another look at the spinning dunk for Josh McNair. Josh in his first season with the Phoenix. At Otterow Junior College last year, 60% shooter last year at that junior college. Originally from Thornton, Colorado. And they're cheering in Thornton tonight. Cam Hankerson out of Novi, Michigan.
Novi.
Dad was here last weekend.
Yeah.
The team came through for a couple of games.
Oh, I tell you what, Pop shoots is straight. No. Oh, yeah. When you play good, you play good. When you like it on defense, you like it on defense. That's Coach Darner coach, but he's not one of those delusional parents. He always is straightforward with how his son did. I can appreciate that.
Oh, we've met I think most of the parents for the team.
Oh,
over
absolutely.
the last couple of years. And always enjoyed talking with the moms and dads, and certainly the number one fans of all these players. We welcome them watching the broadcast tonight. Trev Bell out to Parham. Parham, that's a long three. Yeah, good look at it. Miracle tracks it down. It's Peter Bray with the ball into the game for the first time, brings it across the timeline, kicks it back out to Miracle. Rebound, Parham. Brady Booth in the game for Stout, along with Matt Newman. 101-42, timeout on the floor. This is ESPN 3. We're having a good time here at the Crest Center. 101-42. Green Bay leading Stout. Again, national televised games coming up for the Phoenix on Friday. They take on Creighton in Omaha. That'll be on FS1. And then Sunday afternoon, Michigan State will host the Phoenix. That'll be on the Big Ten Network.
Big ball games. Big ball games. It's good to be tested.
Parham. Well, yeah, and you certainly will. Starting on Friday, Creighton ranking second in the nation in three-point percentage. Over 45% from the three-point line, fifth in field goal percentage, shooting better than 51%, and eighth in three-pointers made per game.
An offensive juggernaut.
You know, when I got there, there wasn't the three-point line yet.
Well, you know, you decided to age yourself. I wasn't going to bring that up, as Chris actually tips that in for Stout. He called Brady Bowie with the Brewy, excuse me. Bray, I'm tripping. Yeah. Oh, Booth.
Booth. They gave it to Booth. Newman, Miracle, and Patrick on the floor for Stout.
Booth and Bray combo on that one. And Booth with the tip in. Chris hits the 3 and 1. But, yeah, I'll let you age yourself on that one. No three-pointers. You had no three-point line.
When I started, it came in while we were there. Of course, that changed the game a lot.
I assume, I mean, you know, post-stepping out shooting threes under Willis Reed, I can imagine.
No.
Coach Baroni, I'm sure, just allowed that.
Put Benoit Benjamin in the middle. You get Benoit the ball.
Like it was a Ted Stefaniak show.
Vernon Moore. Oh, Trev Bell.
Man, he tried to take off from distance.
Another chance and give the assist to Hunter Christ.
Man, oh, man. How about elevate, levitate, elevate? Trev Bell even on the miss, I'm impressed.
Tipped out of bounds, and the Blue Devils will get it under their own hoop. And then, of course, Sunday, Michigan State, they're all right.
Pretty
Ranked
good.
number 9 in the country.
And we my freshman year here at Green Bay, we played Michigan State at home.
Yes.
Shannon Brown, Mo Ager, Paul Davis.
TJ Parham joins the dunk
flush.
show.
They had the X Factor was they had this kid Trenum. He's a football wide receiver, and Coach Kowalczyk was yelling, "You gotta get back!" And he put up like a 4.5 at the combine. Like, Coach, I'm sorry, she's winning that foot race. And Shannon Brown had about 6 dunks, and we were down only 2 at halftime, and Izzo went crazy, and we lost by 30. I'll never forget that. Yeah. Izzo very gracious after the game, though, very nice, came and talked to us.
Saw Shannon quite a bit with the Wisconsin Herd last season. The NBA G League down in Oshkosh.
Talking about elevation. Who can jump. He wasn't much more. They got him listed as 6'3". He was not 6'3". He was a good 6'1".
Treble try it again. And taking the charge is Josh Miracle.
And Coach Darner is telling him, he said, hey, that's, take the jump shot. And you're trying to get the highlight. That's how you get hurt. Good charge take, though. That's legit. 2 feet outside of this restricted area. Takes the knee square to the chest.
Yeah. Coach Darner letting the guys know, hey, that's
enough of that. Yeah. Yeah. Last thing you need is an avoidable injury at this stage in this game. 110-44.
Minute to go now. Phoenix tonight led by Sandy Cohen, 17 points as Parham puts in another 2. Parham's got 13.
Walking bucket.
Bell's got 15. So you have 7 guys in double digits for the Phoenix tonight. Parham, McNair, Bell, Schwartz, Cohen, Pipes, and Hemphill all in double digits. Nice shot right there. Brady Booth.
Short corner. High arc.
John Syriac's 9 points will lead Stout. Leading scorer tonight. So Phoenix put up 112 on UW Stout tonight. Green Bay will improve to 6-4 on the season overall. Stout, who came in 4-4 on the season, this is considered an exhibition game for them. They will remain 4-4. All right, big road trip coming up for the Phoenix. It starts Friday at Creighton in Omaha, then Michigan State. Make sure you're watching those games on the national broadcast. And then the women also on the road at Marquette on Saturday. That'll do it for us tonight. For Cordero Barkley, I'm Ted Stefaniak saying so long from Green Bay, where the final score once again is Green Bay 112, UW Stout 46. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.